ServSafe Manager Practice Test for the ServSafe. Question 1. What defines the standard for sigwater toxin source? Ground beef, predatory reef fish, shellfish, poultry. Sigwater comes from toxins and algae eaten by reef fish. Question 2. How should a food handler manage listeria risk group? Children, teenagers, pregnant women, healthy men. Listeria is especially dangerous for pregnant women and fetuses. Question 3. One must always check glove changing frequency for once a day, when they get wet, every hour, every 4 hours. Gloves must be changed every 4 hours during constant use. Question 4. When monitoring Staphylococcus aureus, one must look for bacteria from skin/nose, parasite, virus, soil. Staph is carried on human skin and transferred by touch. Question 5. How should a food handler manage IPM? Stands for International Pest Management, Integrated Pest Management, Internal Pest Monitoring, Immediate Pest Mitigation. IPM focuses on prevention and control. Question 6. A food safety manager must remember that maximum time for cold holding without temp control is 6 hours, 2 hours, 4 hours, 12 hours. Cold food can be held 6 hours if it stays below 70 degrees Fahrenheit. Question 7. What is the best practice for bimetallic stem thermometer range? 100 degrees Fahrenheit to 300 degrees Fahrenheit, 0 degrees Fahrenheit to 220 degrees Fahrenheit, 50 degrees Fahrenheit to 150 degrees Fahrenheit, 32 degrees Fahrenheit to 100 degrees Fahrenheit. This thermometer is useful for checking temps from 0 to 220 degrees Fahrenheit. Question 8. Under ServSafe guidelines, air gap requirement is prevents backflow, increases water pressure, filters water, cools water. An air gap is the only way to reliably prevent backflow. Question 9. Which action is necessary for cooking temperature for ground beef? 165 degrees Fahrenheit 74 degrees Celsius, 145 degrees Fahrenheit 63 degrees Celsius, 155 degrees Fahrenheit 68 degrees Celsius, 135 degrees Fahrenheit 57 degrees Celsius. Ground meats require 155 degrees Fahrenheit for 17 seconds. Question 10. Regarding HACCP stands for, which of the following is correct? Critical cooking point, critical control point, chemical control point, clean control point. HACCPs are points where hazards can be prevented or reduced. Question 11. What is the main goal of consumer advisory requirement? Raw/undercooked food, hot food, allergens, frozen food. Advisories are needed for raw/undercooked items. Question 12. What is the best practice for HACCP Principle 6? Monitor, analyze, record, verify the system works. Step 6 is verification. Question 13. When training staff on Campylobacter jejuni, emphasize that toxin, virus, parasite, bacteria in poultry. Campylobacter is a common cause of diarrhea from poultry. Question 14. One must always check cooling food phase 2 for 70 degrees Fahrenheit to 41 degrees Fahrenheit in 4 hours, 135 degrees Fahrenheit to 70 degrees Fahrenheit in 2 hours, 70 degrees Fahrenheit to 32 degrees Fahrenheit in 2 hours, 135 degrees Fahrenheit to 41 degrees Fahrenheit in 2 hours. Phase 2 of cooling is 70 to 41 in 4 hours. Question 15. What is the main goal of Giardia duodenalis? Bacteria, parasite from feces, toxin, virus. Giardia is a parasite spread via feces. Question 16. When training staff on first step in cleaning and sanitizing, emphasize that sanitize, rinse, scrape or remove food bits, wash. Always scrape food from the surface first. Question 17. Standard operating procedures for pulled eggs rule specify: discard after 1 hour, cook immediately or store at 41, freeze, store at room temp. Pulled eggs require special care and 41 degrees Fahrenheit storage. Question 18. How should a food handler manage hepatitis A source: raw poultry, moldy bread, feces of infected people, ground beef? Hepatitis A is spread by the fecal-oral route. Question 19. In a HACCP plan, safe temperature for ground turkey might be 165 degrees Fahrenheit 74 degrees Celsius, 155 degrees Fahrenheit, 145 degrees Fahrenheit, 135 degrees Fahrenheit. All ground poultry must be 165 degrees Fahrenheit. Question 20. A manager must ensure that bimetallic stem thermometer range is handled by 32 degrees Fahrenheit to 100 degrees Fahrenheit, 100 degrees Fahrenheit to 300 degrees Fahrenheit, 0 degrees Fahrenheit to 220 degrees Fahrenheit, 50 degrees Fahrenheit to 150 degrees Fahrenheit. This thermometer is useful for checking temps from 0 to 220 degrees Fahrenheit.